Mr. Redder. Let me ask you, you have a clear strategy about the strengthening the position of Ukraine as a raw material supplier. Still, there always a question, even though we are can produce it securely, but the question about the prices and competitive prices is always on the table, because today Ukraine is not able to compete the prices with the price level with India and China. So I would ask you to try to address this question because it's definitely on the table during your speech, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I would like to try to answer your question first and then go to the presentation.
It would be great.
So first of all, we are talking what we heard recently so far. The question of the price is not the main or the number one topic when you speak about the Critical Medicine Act. So that's first point. Second point, I would like to refer to the past time in Europe as well, when somehow the discounter airlines appeared on the market. And at those time, everyone seen the normal airlines prices, which was very high. Somebody seen the prices for local companies in the former Soviet Union or India or whatever, where the safety question was quite a reasonable idea not to go there. And when discounter airlines appeared. So Ukraine in this matter, in this sector, in this share, is like a discounter somewhere in between the very high level of the price and the quality and the name, the brand, and the very low or probably not very reliable source from other side. That's number 2 point. And the last point, number 3, are you sure that Ukrainian prices are not competing the Chinese prices today? So if we look at the Chinese prices so far, I was quite surprised when we checked recently the position which we used quite long ago. We started use quite long ago. And when we realized that for the last 5 years, the price raised more than 5 times, then we just decided that that's much easier to settle the production ourselves. Nevertheless, we have the possibility for that. So all 3 answers are quite reasonably giving a hope that this question wouldn't be a stop of any further steps towards Ukraine implementation in the European Critical Medicine Act support. Thank you. So I will start to introduce my company, our company. We named InterChem. So we were born for Academy of Sciences and born from science, and we have a strong R&D, GMP certified facilities. We started in 1992, nearly the same time as Ukraine, independent Ukraine started as a country. We have innovative in-house products which generate nearly or more than 50% of turnover, and our strategic focus is discovery, development and market support of novel molecules. We are one of 10th largest pharma producers in Ukraine, having 1.4% share of medicine market in Ukraine, 150 SKUs across 60 products. 4 original products. When I say original, that means really original. These molecules never been medicines before we started them. We are as well producing APIs and have 3 CNS projects. So once again, we are started from science. We've never been a pharmaceutical plant. We're a little bit different from mainly Ukrainian pharma sector. We've never been a pharmaceutical plant. We've been just a science. We started from the science and introduced new original molecules. For the quite a few years, are in the top 20 in Ukraine, which is quite a result for that. We have a full cycle capabilities. First of all, we're starting from API synthesis, and we have development for formulation and process. We are GMP certified manufacturer of APIs and finished dosage forms as well. Of course, we have full QC and QA cycle, 3 accredited laboratories. We are preparing dossier in-house, of course, and we have market access and commercialization in Ukraine. Yeah, once again, I would like to emphasize that this integration ensures speed, reliability, and scientific independence for the whole process. We have so our capacity. We have a capacity of up to 10 metric tons annually, with the current operational load of approximately 45%. For finished dosage forms, we are up to 1 billion tablets and about 100 million capsules. It's a mistake here. Currently operating about 60% of our capacity. GMP complex, more than 22,000 square meters high-tech production site supporting full cycle operation. And due to situation with the war, we've been in a totally different application. We decided once the war started that we need, so whatever they do, they want to steal our lives. If they can, they steal the full life. If they can't, they try to steal at least a day, a month, a year. And we decided we don't have this time, and we started a new project for injectable forms just after the war started. And we're nearly finishing this new investment, which will allow us to make more than 7 million nebulized injectable units a year. So innovation, that's what we are based on, and we have in the portfolio, we have now 4 molecules which are on the market. The 5th one in the process right now. That should be the painkiller for neuropathic pain, where we have already the patents for IPs for all over the world, including Europe, European Union, and USA, and which is now we are collecting the new dossier. So we started it in a collaboration with quite a few centers, as like the preclinical center in Cambridge or preclinical center France, United States. At the same time, in the parallel, we're doing the clinical phase 2 already in Ukraine. We have quite a solid R&D ecosystem, and we even call that Bureau of Molecules Design and Development. We somehow came to the position where we have a synthetic laboratory which are designing the new molecules for the approaches where seems interesting for us. At the same time, we have a screening, biological screening. We have a preclinical laboratory which are working mainly on the mice. Then we have R&D which are doing the finished dosage form and scaling the API necessity. And in fact, we have really the full cycle starting from the very science to the very market. So yes, of course, we have quite a few facilities, and if we're looking for what we can, so we're definitely the specialist in the benzodiazepines. So we are working in anxiolytics, antiviral APIs, and other critical small molecules. We rapidly deploy new API production through accelerated technology transfer, enabling fast market entry for the partners. What I mean, we do have R&D, which are doing quite a proper work, introducing the new molecules for the scaling up and for the production. And we are quite able to enlarge the list of what we're producing so far. Nevertheless, we have a specialization which make it even more important for the possible collaboration. And at the same time, I suppose I will speak about that a bit later. So our heavy part is analytical chemistry, where we have quite a solid and quite a good background, starting from the science, so which is supporting us in all the dossier preparation and the quality control on the process. So, of course, the quality system is in full compliance with all European Union rules. For now, if we are coming to the topic of this event, we have 6 APIs which correspond to critical medicines, European critical medicine list, which we are already to produce and supply. We have at the same time R&D and manufacturing capacity enables the very fast expansion into additional priority APIs. We have independent GMP certified production base, provides partners with a resilient and high quality supply source, we of course have a possibility for contract API supply, contract manufacturing and technology transfer available for EU. So we can support Europe's resilience with ready-to-deploy capacity, science-driven reliability. At the same time, we have international connection that's shown here. I want to very quickly to come to the very end. So for the time being, we invested recently over 60 million euro to the new GMP infrastructure and ready to support additional investment. Nevertheless, we're doing investment ourselves as well, so we do have some money for improvement and way forward. InterChem is fully equipped technologically and regulatory-wise to meet the requirements of the European markets. So, once again, strong API independence and in-house synthesis, rapid expansion capability for priority molecules, proven scientific autonomy, high-quality regulatory dossier preparation, supply chain resilience supported by localized raw materials, and demonstrated operational reliability even under the wartime conditions. And that's some figures which we achieved so far even during the war, and they are quite clear, shows the resilience of our position. So once again, InterChem is stable, science-led manufacturing platform. And whatever I said before, I just should say that InterChem is not the only one who can be in the program for Critical Medicine Act. And at the same time, I would like just to remind everybody that once you are speaking about the critical medicines, so it's not only APIs, first of all, because quite a few European and even not only European producers making the finished forms as well outside the Europe, and quite a few producers making the contract production as well back to China or India. And when you're speaking to critical medicines, so that's not only APIs. Nevertheless, the API is probably the most interest for starting of the process. But once again, it's not only the question of the price, it's the question of resilience, reliability, quality, GMP compliance, quite a few questions where we can be quite efficient and quite supported. And by the very end of what I say, nevertheless, what would be after that, I would like to say very warm and very gratitude, thank you for all support you're doing to us. Believe it's very, very, very important to feel the shoulder by your shoulder, to feel somebody on the back of your efforts when you are trying to survive, to live, to go, to develop against the madness which is going on. I just like to say we want to live, and we want to live at home. That's only two wishes we do have. Thank you for supporting that. Thank you.
Thank you, Anatoly. Still, if you don't mind, I would try to challenge again our, let's say, the general topic, this madness you mentioned in the very end of your speech. So they say that this madness is a kind of unique disadvantage of Ukraine. Yeah, but just to summarize, maybe you can, say that there is a unique advantages of Ukraine which can convince our European partners to choose Ukrainian producers instead of others.
Yeah, I suppose we do have quite a few of these advantages. I wouldn't just list all of them, but first of all, very simple and very, nobody can overcome that. That's geography. We're very close. Second one, we're very much educated. So for education level of Ukraine, you do have a very reliable partner with a very high level of educated personnel in the production and in the industry itself. Third, but not the last one, from the point of, how to say, moral levels and understanding of the life, we're very much close, believe that. We understand that if you say that somebody will be obliged to do something in a critical situation for another country, that's exactly where you can apply to Ukraine and can be rest assured that that would happen, even if that's not the reason of the money. And that's just a few of the points, but not all we can say. Thank you.